Mark Zuckerberg, the code behind the billionaire. He is the world's youngest self-made billionaire, a Harvard dropout who revolutionized global communication. Mark Zuckerberg is one of the most significant digital innovators of our time, regardless of whether he is praised or disliked. It is the tale of a timid programmer who created an empire that links more than 3 billion people. On May 14, 1984, Mark Elliott Zuckerberg was born in White Plains, New York. His mother was a psychiatrist and his father was a dentist. Thus, he grew up in a well-educated and comfortable family. Mark had a remarkable knack for computers from an early age. He created ZuckNet, a message program, when he was just 12 years old, enabling communication between the family home and his father's dentistry practice. Mark was building them while the rest of the children were playing video games. He developed a music recommendation system in high school called Synapse, which attracted the interest of AOL and Microsoft. They offered to hire him and purchase the program. Mark refused, opting to pursue his studies instead. He enrolled at Harvard University in 2002. Although he studied computer science and psychology, Harvard was the place where his legacy would be launched rather than penned. Mark created the FaceMash website in 2003, which invited viewers to vote on which student's photo they thought was more attractive after comparing them side by side. On campus, it became viral quite fast. In fact, it caused Harvard's servers to crash. Mark had experienced the power of viral technology before the university shut it down. Mark and his fellow co-founders, Eduardo Saverin, Dustin Moskovitz, Chris Hughes, and Andrew McCollum, established the Facebook from their dorm room on February 4, 2004. The website swiftly spread to other Ivy League colleges after first being restricted to Harvard students and subsequently beyond. However, success wasn't easy. Mark was accused by the Winklevoss twins and Divya Narendra of stealing their concept for Harvard Connection, a similar social network. After a protracted legal battle, a multi-million-dollar settlement was reached. Facebook's momentum continued unabated in spite of the scandal. After removing the "the" by 2005, it became available to colleges and subsequently to everybody with an email account older than 13. PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel contributed $500,000 to support the company's expansion. Facebook had almost 900 million users by the time it went public in 2012. $16 billion was raised at the IPO, one of the largest in tech history. Mark continued to hold the majority of the votes, guaranteeing that he would be the only one to steer the business. Facebook had a clear goal: to bring people together. However, the ability to connect also gave one the ability to influence, and not necessarily in a positive way. The world became aware of Cambridge Analytica in 2018. Tens of millions of Facebook users' data have been collected by the political consultancy firm without their permission. The controversy sparked indignation around the world and brought up important issues regarding data privacy and social media's place in democracies. Zuckerberg was called before the US Congress to testify. His cool robotic responses went viral, yet the scenario was far from amusing. The largest existential threat in Facebook's history was at hand. The platform was criticized for disseminating false information, permitting electoral meddling, and endangering the mental health of its users. In spite of the criticism, Facebook's growth continues. After being purchased by Facebook, Instagram, and WhatsApp, both grew into independent social media behemoths. Hollywood took notice in 2010. In Aaron Sorkin's novel and David Fincher's film The Social Network, Mark was presented as a brilliant outsider who betrayed friends in order to establish his empire. Mark rejected the Oscar-winning movie as fiction. He reportedly served popcorn and made jokes with staff members while hosting a workplace viewing. However, Mark's laughter was short-lived. He declared a significant change to Facebook's identity in 2021. The company would now go by the name Meta, indicating a shift away from social networking and toward the Metaverse, a virtual world where users engage with one another through avatars in immersive settings. Meta spent billions creating technologies for augmented and virtual reality. Redefining how we work, interact with others, and play was the goal of products like Horizon Worlds and Oculus headsets. Critics questioned if this was a sign of things to come or a diversion from Facebook's issues. Zuckerberg didn't let it deter him. He saw the metaverse as the new internet, not merely a trendy term. In his ideal world, connections would not be restricted by geography, when one's identity was not fixed, where there were no limits to the imagination. Mark was well known within the organization for his data-driven approach, high standards, and laser-like focus. His famous catchphrase, "Move fast and break things," encapsulated Silicon Valley's desire for change. It changed over time to "move fast with stable infrastructure," indicating that Facebook had matured. Mark is a father and a husband outside of work. In 2012, he wed philanthropist and pediatrician Priscilla Chan. Together, they established the Chan-Zuckerberg Initiative, promising to donate 99% of their Facebook stock to initiatives that prioritize science, healthcare, and education. Mark maintains a quiet profile in spite of his enormous riches and power. In an effort to reduce choice fatigue, he practically always wears the same grey t-shirt. He makes accurate and well-planned public presentations. Whether you like him or not, Mark Zuckerberg has revolutionized contemporary communication. After surviving crisis after scandal and creating one of the most potent platforms in history, he is now betting his future on an immersive digital world that most people are still unfamiliar with. His journey from teenage bedroom coder to metaverse architect is as intricate as the code that created it. Mark Zuckerberg created more than simply a website. He established a global network for influence, connection, and controversy. Regardless of the metaverse's success or failure, one thing is for sure: the world has already been altered by him.